Welcome back to Good Morning Arizona as I fall into Dave's garden. This is newly seeded. I don't want to get in trouble out here. All right.
Yeah, we're just putting down a lot of rice seed here. You know what? I always like to get you work. So I'm going to give you one glove this time. Okay. And you can go ahead and cover it up. What we're going to do is we're going to put down some humate on top of this brand new seed. Mario, go on down that seed. This is perennial rye seed. And we're getting ready, folks, right now for our area right here. If you look over the top of our area here, you'll see a lot of shade. We do it a little bit earlier here than you normally would do, but we put down what we call perennial rye seed. So, Jared, just go ahead and sprinkle that down.
I don't know what humate is.
Humate is a plant maximizer. We've been using it out in the garden. We just were able to get some in, and it is going on sale at some of the local nurseries here in town at Summer Winds. It is an excellent product for going and get seed growth and plant growth, and it is all organic. It's a great way to go. Very inexpensive. Bag goes a long ways. In fact, this bag will cover this whole garden. So it's a great way to go to get that maximum efficiency out of your soil. Of course, we're planting a lot of different types of stuff. And you can see behind Jared over here, there's a lot of collard greens going on, cauliflower, broccoli's all going in. These are cool weather season type plants, folks. We got warm days, cool nights. This is a perfect time of year to go ahead and fertilize and plant a lot of different types of plants. And of course, well, Jared, that includes a lot of different types of seeds, and you see them all up there. And seed planting this time of year is a perfect situation or a perfect opportunity to really save a lot of money.
Yeah. I was out at one of the nurseries yesterday, and I walked away with only a couple things because I just felt like it was going to be too soon. I know it's like 105 today, 105 tomorrow, but you're saying as long as you take care of it, it's all right?
Yeah, you got those cool nights. You can look behind us here. We're starting to plant a lot of different types of stuff. When you start seeing those nighttime temperatures at 60s, 70s, high 60s, of course, and 70s down here in the lower elevations. In the upper elevations, folks, you need to get on it and get on it real quick.
Because if you want tomatoes before...
Well, you got to get them in, and you got to get them in right now. We're talking about short season. You can put that desert. Yeah, just put it right there. There you go. And then you can go ahead and put those in. You got to put short season types of tomatoes, eggplants, peppers. These are quick growing, quick maturing type plants. Usually the fruit's a lot smaller on it. When we say quick maturing type tomatoes, Early Girl's a perfect example. Champion's another one. You're just different types of tomatoes that will really produce in 60 to 70 days, and you can see that right on the tag. You can see our tomato right back here. We're getting ready to plant that guy. Oh, yeah. So your shorter, smaller type tomatoes work fantastic. And we're talking about those seeds, and also in those seeds are some flowers. We want about 50% flowers in our garden. When you go in our gardens, and especially our gardens back here, the flowers are what attract those beneficial insects. Those beneficial insects which avoid or help you avoid any type of pesticidal type exposure to your garden. And why grow garden if you're going ahead and spraying pesticides? So it's something you want to do. But you can see it all here, folks. Get out there right now. Get your gardens prepared, and then, of course, start using some of that humate, that different types of compost, and, of course, those blood and bone meals, and you'll be on your way towards a great southwestern garden for the fall and winter.
Humate is my word of the day.
New word of the day. Go ahead and look it up. It's a great stuff.
Let's throw up the number on the screen. If you have any questions for Dave the Garden Guy, now is the time to call in. We'll get to as many of you as we can. I see you got all kinds of leafy stuff back here.
Leafy vegetables this time of year, and, of course, those root vegetables are another thing that need to go in right now. All
right. Anybody on the phone? Lise?
Hello?
Okay, we're getting our first call in right now.
Well, while we're talking about that, let's talk about some of the other stuff. Here's some bright light Swiss chard that needs to go in. And, you know, we talked about some root vegetables. Let me move this guy. Some of your carrots need to go in right now. Now, carrots, this is really critical. When you're planting them, you need to almost plant them on a bed of bone meal. You need a lot of phosphorus in that soil, and we work phosphorus into the soil. We do not sprinkle it on top of the soil. Oh, there goes some other things. So you want to go ahead and put it in right now and get those carrots going. They're a long season type vegetable. They'll last for a long period of time, and we plant the shorter, and that's short, different types of carrots. We don't plant the real long ones. They do much better in our hard soils. Go ahead.
Shorter carrots only. Paulette, good morning to you. What's your question?
Hey, Paulette, what's going on?
I have a orchid tree.
Yes, ma'am.
And we had a slight freeze earlier, and the tops got burned. Should I be trimming those off?
Well, I'll tell you what. Where did you have this freeze at? Because we haven't had any freeze in a long time. Was that last fall or last winter?
Well, it was less than a year.
Oh, okay.
It's less than a year old, and it's...
Yeah, I would go ahead, because of the fact that they are frost sensitive, I would not cut that back. I'd normally tell you to go ahead and cut it back in early spring, but I'd hold off, because if you cut that back, you're going to even make it more frost sensitive. So hold off on any any type of pruning on frost-sensitive type plant material right now until we get to our springtime, because cutting it back right now, you could cause a little bit more damage than you really are anticipating. So it's a real important idea. Hold off. And then spring, when we talk about spring, you know, about early February is the ideal situation for us down here in the lower elevations.
Got it. So hold off. All right, so Kathy is on the phone with a question.
Hey, Kathy, you there?
Hello?
Hello. What's going on, Kathy?
Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
Quick question.
Yes,
overseeding.
Yeah.
My current yard did not come in well over the summer, so there's a lot of dead spots.
Yeah.
What can I do to prep it in order to get the seeds to take for the overseeding?
Great question. What you want to do is you want to start lowering that lawnmower over the next 2 to 3 weeks, about 1 notch per week. And then you want to slowly back off on the watering. Folks, you ought to be watering the berries every 3 to 5 days. That humate's going to help out a lot because it can prepare the soil right now for that overseeding process. And then when you overseed, you want to use a perennial ryegrass. I've got it right here. It came from Summer Winds. But perennial ryegrass is the ideal seed. It looks just like regular ryegrass. Put down about 1 pound to 2 pounds per 100 square feet, and you can be in good shape. But you've got to get that seed to soil contact. And you'd see it down here. We've got a lot of soil exposed. We've got a lot of basically shade out here. That's part of the reason. And we've already lowered the lawnmower. And then, of course, after that, put that seed down, keep it moist, and you're on your way towards a nice winter lawn.
Plus, Mario's making a mess over there.
Mario, stay out. You know, he stays in this one place all the time. Get out of there. Get out of. You know, he likes to play in the mud. He's still a kid.
Sure does.
Okay, what do we got?
Shelly's on the phone.
Hey, Shelly. You know what? You got to help me out with Mario here playing in the mud. What's going on, girl? Shelly?
Okay.
Yeah. You there, Shelly? Well, while we're waiting for Shelly, Mario, take a look at our raised beds back here, folks. About 4 by 8 beds. It is really the way to go out here in the desert Southwest. Why? Because we're getting the soil out of the desert type soil, and it really works out real well. Go ahead.
So Shelly had a question about tomatoes. You mentioned the tomato back here. What kinds of sun? How much sun does a
we want to start working those guys in full sun. We're talking about raised beds back here, so we want a low cast type garden. So we want a lot of shade in the afternoon, but full sun in the morning is the ideal situation. And you want to plant them by or near something that's got thermal mass. You're pointing right at it, and that is our back walls back there. You want it warm because we're going to need it warm to develop nice ripe tomatoes later on when they come in November. And cross your fingers we don't get any kind of frost. If we do, you're going to have to protect them with some type of material. Yeah, we do it all the time with some type of material to protect you from any type of frost damage. There you go.
It is planting season. David,
Thank you, Mark.
Great to see you.